Our Wheel World.
Hey YouTube! It's been a little while since we talked to you. We've been kind of living our everyday lives. We had a very exciting weekend actually because Kirsty and Luke, our friends from England, were in town and we were able to spend an evening with them, so that was lovely. We also got to see RuPaul's Drag Race live, and if you remember from our England videos, Tim and I love Drag Race, so that was a really fun show. So I thought I'd pop on and say hi today because we are leaving on another trip. You know, it's amazing. I never really think of myself and Tim as people who travel a lot because I don't actually love traveling. I'm a bit of a homebody and it's so complicated with Tim. But it seems like every few months we find ourselves going somewhere. So we are leaving today to go to Niagara Falls. Maybe not as exciting as Cleveland or England, but we are going to Niagara Falls because Tim has a work thing and he's doing a presentation at a conference or something. I don't really know. I'm packing again. And next week, after we get home, we're actually leaving again and going to Ottawa because Tim has another work thing. So it's gonna be a lot of interesting traveling right in a row. Today, we are going to Niagara Falls essentially by bus. We're gonna be taking the GO train, which is a commuter train here in Ontario, and then transferring to a bus. And buses can be tricky. Sometimes the drivers don't know how to use the lift or the lift doesn't work. So it's always a bit of a gamble. It's not our first choice, but we will take you along and show you what it's like to travel by commuter train and bus when you have a wheelchair and a service dog. Next week, we're going to Ottawa by train, so that'll be a whole other thing. So anyway, before we start this travel trip, Tim's not even here. Tim's not even here in the apartment. He actually had to go to work today. I'm going to be meeting him downtown and we're going to be getting the GO train from there. So I'm here packing and I just wanted to say, I cannot believe how much stuff Tim and I need to take just for 3 days away. It's like, I know some people would do 3 days with like just their purse and an extra pair of underwear or something. But we do not travel light. So I thought I'd show you a little bit of all the things that we need to bring. So this is Tim's clothes. So it's not so bad. This one and that one are my clothes. Now here's where it's a little bit different. This huge one is Tim's sort of disability related stuff. So he needs to bring his sling so that we can use a lift when we get there, extra seat covers for his wheelchair, and such things. We are doing the risky thing of not bringing a wheelchair charger and hoping that his chair survives the 4 days. We've never had a problem, but it's a risk. But his wheelchair charger is like this massive box here and it's like 30 pounds. So it adds a lot of weight to travel. And of course I have to carry everything. So we're not gonna bring it. This bag is another one you probably don't bring when you go away. That is Rush's bag. It has his food, extra treats, some special treats because he can get kind of nervous. He's fine though, he's so used to traveling now. And his fuzzy ball and his toothbrush and toothpaste. This one is literally just full of chargers for our bazillion electronic devices. Sometimes I can't believe that I have to bring that many chargers, but laptop, iPad, 2 iPhones, Apple Watch. Yeah, it's a lot. This red one is Tim's toiletry bag. And this blue one here is my toiletry bag. We will bring that blanket We'll put it on the bed. Rush really likes this blanket, so it's kind of like a little comfort of home. And I think we're also going to bring Rush's weird spiral food bowl. He eats out of this at home because it slows him down. He has had some problems with eating too fast and throwing up. So I will reorganize all of this so that it fits nicely, and then I'll show you. And then off to Niagara Falls. And there we go. 3 days of travel. At least it is less stuff and less heavy than our trip to England. So this is pretty cute. When Rush sees me in public unexpectedly, he tends to freak out. Hi, Rushy. Hi. Who didn't expect to see me? Oh, 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 so exciting. And I have the horrible suitcase.
Hello.
Okay, go to Niagara Falls.
We're going to Niagara Falls.
Riding the GO train.
No. Yeah, thanks.
So we just took the GO train to Burlington. It's like hairy getting on it. They don't tell you what platform till like 10 minutes before. And then you gotta figure out which elevator to take.
Then you have to sprint.
Then what?
Then you have to sprint.
Then once you get on the platform, Tim can only enter one door, and it's on like the opposite end of the platform. And the platform was packed with people, so I had to ram through being like, everybody move, wheelchair coming through. Some of these buses, you actually have to do like a lift that goes through the window. But we got a good one.
Yay!
We just got off the bus. We're in Niagara Falls. It feels pretty desolated. It's an okay trip for accessibility, but like I had to hold on to the bag and the dog was like sliding all over the place because the bus gets on and off the highway constantly. Come here. Tim is calling an accessible cab, and we're keeping our fingers crossed that they don't tell us it'll be like 45 minutes or something. Rush would certainly, I'm sure, like to get to where we're going. I'm guessing he'd also probably like dinner.
Hello, everybody.
So we've been waiting for a cab now for 30 minutes. And this can be one of the frustrating things about traveling with a wheelchair, is that there's like a million other cabs that have driven by, of course. Like, we're at the bus station, there's a cab, there's a cab. We can't get in any of these cabs. And so we're just forced to wait and hope that the one we called for shows up eventually. Yeah. So we just checked in. There was a line to check in.
A very long line.
And they like made us give Rush's ID and fill out a whole form about the service dog, which is fine, but it's interesting, and we've never encountered that before in all of our travels.
Yeah, I guess because it's a non-pet hotel.
Yeah.
Right here.
All right. It's pretty nice. Certainly don't need 2 beds, but whatever.
And they lie to me about bed clearance.
No fall view, but I have a feeling it's like 20, no, like I was gonna say like $200 more. Pretty high up though. Amazing that they can charge that much for a view. But I guess I see why. We don't care. Right, Reshi? You like having the window. Okay, so good sign. The lift is already here, so we're already doing better than Cleveland. Which, if you don't remember, even though we were told the lift would be there, it wasn't there. So the only other thing to test at this point is whether or not the lift actually fits under the bed. So, nope. Does not fit under the bed. Nope, can't use the lift. And we don't have Lauren with us. So I guess I'll have to turn off the camera and we'll have to regroup about that. Okay.
So we got to the hotel and the lift was here, but it didn't fit under the bed, even though I had checked that there was clearance under the bed for a lift. There wasn't.
Then we freaked out.
And I went down to the front desk and tried to explain the situation. It's not an easy situation to explain. And they sent up an engineer. We were expecting to get a guy who just kind of grumbled and said, there's nothing we can do, sorry about that. Luckily we got the one engineer at a hotel in Niagara who's familiar with lifts and has a friend who uses them. So he and his partner are going to lift the bed up on 2x4s, and hopefully by the time we get back from dinner we will have a bed that I can get it to. So thank you, engineering department at the Sheraton-on-the-Falls, Niagara, for employing the one disability positive engineer.
We will update you when we get back. We are going to the hotel buffet.
Woohoo!
Alright, we're at this buffet while hopefully our bed is getting fixed, and like, I haven't done a lot of buffets, and like, I get really confused. Like, this is a huge buffet and there's so many choices. Like, how do you choose? So like, I think I took off the kids menu for Tim. I got him a little cheeseburger and chicken nuggets and salad and a piece of fish. And then he asked me for pasta, and I mistakenly first put pasta salad there, and then I put like the pasta down after.
Right.
And then I got the carvery for him. And for some reason I've chosen soup and salad and then these nachos. I'm really hungry. Let's eat this.
Okay.
We are back from dinner.
It was a gluttonous buffet.
So we got back. We got this note from our new friend Phil. Let's see if it'll focus on it. Hi there, hope this will be high enough for you to get in and out of bed. If you have any needs, feel free to call guest services for anything. And then I read it first as Phil Engineer. I thought it was his last name. Tim pointed out it's actually Phil Engineering. Engineer would be a great last name for an engineer. So we came back. Let's see if I can show this. And he just stuck a bunch of wood under the bed. Seems like a simple solution. I'm a little concerned about... Nah, actually now that I look at it, I think it's fine. We just don't want to shake the bed too much and have it topple off the wood. So the lift fits under. Tim is gonna be able to go to bed.
Yay! Rashi's already in bed.
Rush is engaged in his like semi-nervous hotel behavior. He's mostly fine. He's concerned that we're gonna leave. Like if I go to the bathroom and close the door, he will like sit outside because he thinks I've left. Chewing on Fuzzy Ball.
Fuzzy Ball!
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna put Tim in bed now.
Good night, everybody.
And chill out for a bit. But that's the adventures of hotels and disability.
Right.